From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Tuesday, February 10th, 2026.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Keith Matheny. An infrequent winter visitor is coming to Detroit on Tuesday, above freezing temperatures. The February 10th forecast calls for a high temperature of 40 degrees, the first time the area has made it above the freezing mark in 18 days. The last day the area saw above freezing temperatures at all at any point was January 21st, when the high temperature made it up to 33 degrees. January and February have been dominated by a stubbornly stable atmospheric pattern, bringing frigid air from the Canadian Arctic almost tunneling out of the Northwest to the Great Lakes region. It's meant consistently cold weather. From January 15th to recently, the average daily high temperature has been almost 12 degrees below historic normal. As a result, Detroit has had 4 inches of snow on the ground for 25 days and counting, in the top 10 for the longest such stretches ever recorded by the National Weather Service here. But changes on the horizon. Forecasters say the weather is moving to a more traditional pattern that will still see some cold days, but not of as long a duration, with warmer trends coming as well. Normalcy.
This is Brian McCollum, music writer with the Detroit Free Press. An alternative Super Bowl halftime show led by Kid Rock was a hit Sunday night, drawing millions of viewers to streaming platforms. Rock performed a pair of songs to headline the 35-minute All-American halftime show, an event staged by the conservative action group Turning Point USA amid backlash toward the NFL's handpicked Super Bowl star, Bad Bunny. The Michigan rap rock star followed 3 country artists during the halftime set, which appeared to have been pre-recorded. Turning Point USA, which was founded by late political activist Charlie Kirk, had announced its halftime show last week after months of complaints about Bad Bunny. Critics have cited the Puerto Rican rapper's disparagement of current U.S. immigration policies, along with his Spanish-language performances. Kid Rock, who turned 55 last month, is a longtime supporter of President Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. The Free Press calculated that the alternative halftime show notched at least 6.4 million live streams, though a final viewership tally hasn't yet been announced.
Hey there, everybody. This is Omari Sanko for the second Pistons beat writer for the Detroit Free Press. On this week's episode of our podcast, The Pistons Post, Bryce Simon and I discussed the Jaden Ivey trade, what Kevin Huerter brings to Detroit, and what the team still needs to make a playoff run. Here's a quick snippet of our conversation. Bryce, we didn't talk about Huerter as much in our pre-deadline episode. Just what do you like about his game? What do you think the Pistons are getting from him? Particularly in ways that they don't currently have on their bench?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all comes down to the three-point shooting, right? If he shoots 38 to 42% throughout the rest of the season and through the playoffs, it's going to end up like a really good move. And if he's still at 30% like he was, during his time in Chicago this year, it's going to be a little bit frustrating. He is able to attack off the bounce a little bit. I know his garbage minutes the other night against the Knicks, but we even saw him with the kind of the wraparound backdoor cut in the finish. He has a little bit of size to him, which helps whenever you're talking about lineup constructions and all of that. But he is still 41% for his career from the corners. And I think that was an important thing to be pointed out. Even if you go back, so if he can do that, I think Pistons fans are going to be perfectly fine with what he's bringing to the team. If he's not able to, then it's going to be a little bit of an issue. I think defensively, he's probably a little better than Duncan Robinson, but not that much better.
You can hear that full conversation in this week's episode of The Pistons Post, which is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, you can find our latest coverage on freep.com/sports.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.